Hi, I'm Daniel. Today, we're exploring biblical bitters and their potential benefits for digestion, metabolism, and overall health. Researchers have discovered that bitter compounds may interact with digestive pathways that influence appetite, blood sugar balance, and metabolic health.
For centuries, bitter foods were a normal part of traditional diets, yet many modern eating habits have nearly removed them completely.
Our first biblical-style bitter is chicory, a naturally bitter plant known for its fiber content and potential digestive benefits.
Chicory contains prebiotic fiber that may help nourish beneficial gut bacteria linked to healthy metabolic function.
Another powerful bitter is dandelion greens, valued for generations as a nutrient-rich addition to traditional diets.
The bitter taste itself may activate sensory pathways that help prepare the body for efficient digestion.
Endive is another naturally bitter leafy vegetable, often praised for its nutrient density and refreshing flavor. Many experts believe modern diets emphasize sweetness, while traditional diets offered a wider range of natural bitter foods. Coming up, we'll explore more biblical bitters and what current research suggests about their role in metabolic wellness.
Wild lettuce has been used in traditional herbal practices for centuries and contains naturally bitter plant compounds.
Scientists are exploring how bitter flavors may influence appetite-related signals that affect eating behavior.
Olive leaves contain naturally bitter compounds that researchers continue to investigate for wellness and metabolic support. Growing evidence suggests that gut health and metabolism are closely connected through complex biological systems. Mustard greens offer a distinctive bitter flavor along with nutrients that support a balanced diet. Traditional cultures often valued bitter foods as part of everyday meals rather than occasional health trends.
Horehound is a traditional bitter herb that has appeared in herbal practices for generations. The bitterness comes from unique plant chemicals that evolved as natural protective compounds.
Wormwood is one of history's most famous bitter herbs and continues to attract scientific interest today. So far, we've explored 8 biblical-style bitters and the fascinating science behind their potential metabolic connections. Hyssop is one of the most recognizable biblical herbs, valued historically for its aromatic and bitter qualities. Many scientists are revisiting traditional herbs to better understand how natural plant compounds interact with the human body. Our final bitter is bitter melon, a plant widely known for its intense flavor and ongoing scientific interest. Together, these 10 biblical-style bitters represent a fascinating blend of traditional wisdom and modern nutritional research. Experts often emphasize that bitter foods work best as part of a balanced diet rich in whole foods.
Scientists have identified bitter taste receptors not only in the mouth, but in other parts of the body as well. Long before modern laboratories existed, traditional cultures often recognized the value of diverse plant foods. Many commercially produced foods are designed to emphasize sweetness, reducing exposure to naturally bitter flavors.
Metabolism depends on many factors, including nutrition, movement, sleep, and overall lifestyle habits.
Next, we'll explore the deeper biological mechanisms that may explain why bitter foods continue to attract scientific attention.
When you taste something bitter, your body immediately begins a complex chain of digestive responses.
Researchers believe bitter flavors may help prepare digestive processes before food is fully broken down. Nutrition experts often encourage eating a variety of plant foods to support overall wellness and dietary balance. Many biblical communities cultivated herbs and bitter plants as part of daily life and traditional food culture.
The same compounds that create bitterness often help plants protect themselves in nature.
Today's studies examine how bitter plant compounds interact with biological systems involved in digestion and metabolism. Across the world, many people are rediscovering traditional foods that were once common in everyday diet. Our food preferences are strongly influenced by flavor, making bitterness one of the most misunderstood tastes. Traditional diets often included a broader range of flavors than many modern eating patterns today. One surprising trend is the growing scientific interest in foods once considered ordinary parts of daily life.
Scientists now recognize that trillions of microbes in the gut may influence many aspects of overall health. Many fiber-rich bitter plants contain nutrients that may help support beneficial gut bacteria.
Historically, people consumed more seasonal plants and fewer heavily processed foods than most modern diets.
Nutrition experts often emphasize whole foods because they provide a complex mix of natural compounds.
The most exciting discoveries often happen when traditional knowledge and modern science intersect.
Researchers increasingly study food not just for calories, but for the signals it may send throughout the body. Many experts believe dietary variety helps provide a broader spectrum of beneficial plant compounds. Bitter foods have appeared in culinary traditions across countless cultures for thousands of years. Although bitterness is often unpopular today, it remains one of nature's most fascinating flavors. We're halfway through our journey, and the connection between traditional bitters and modern science keeps getting more interesting.
Metabolism is far more than calorie burning. It involves countless processes that help the body produce and use energy.
Throughout history, people relied on natural foods rather than highly processed products to fuel daily life. Plants contain thousands of natural compounds, many of which scientists are still working to understand. Seasonal eating naturally exposed traditional communities to a wider range of flavors, including bitterness. Some experts believe stronger natural flavors may encourage people to pay closer attention to what they eat.
Many nutritious plants, once common in traditional diets, are now being rediscovered by modern consumers. A diverse diet can provide exposure to many different nutrients and beneficial plant compounds. Herbs and bitter plants were valuable commodities in many ancient marketplaces throughout history.
Today, researchers and consumers alike are becoming increasingly curious about traditional dietary practices.
We've uncovered fascinating history and science so far, but the biggest lessons are still ahead. While bitter foods are fascinating, researchers emphasize that overall lifestyle patterns matter most for long-term health.
Healthy habits often produce meaningful results through consistency rather than dramatic short-term changes.
Many traditional eating patterns survived for generations because they were built around simple, accessible foods.
Researchers continue learning new things about nutrition, reminding us that science is always evolving. Ancient foods offer valuable clues about dietary diversity and the relationship between people and nature. Whole plants contain complex combinations of nutrients and compounds that work together in remarkable ways.
As people explore traditional foods again, bitterness is gaining a new appreciation among health-conscious consumers.
Current research highlights intriguing possibilities, but experts continue studying how these foods fit into overall health. Food traditions often preserve practical knowledge that can inspire modern conversations about wellness. After exploring history, nutrition, and science, we're ready to bring everything together in our final chapter.
The biggest lesson may be that some of the most interesting health discoveries begin with ordinary food.
Ancient foods continue inspiring modern questions about nutrition, wellness, and the relationship between diet and health. Scientific progress often begins with curiosity, especially when exploring traditional practices through a modern lens. Nature is remarkably complex, and researchers continue uncovering new insights about plant-based foods.
From chicory to bitter melon, each bitter offers a unique story, connecting tradition and modern research.
Experts encourage viewing individual foods as part of a broader lifestyle rather than a single solution. Future studies may reveal even more about how traditional foods interact with human biology. Traditional wisdom often survives because it reflects generations of observation and experience. Rather than avoiding bitterness, many people are learning to appreciate it as part of a diverse diet.
In the final moments, we'll bring together the key insights from this fascinating journey through biblical bitters.
As we conclude, one theme stands out clearly. Ancient foods continue inspiring modern scientific exploration. We explored 10 biblical-style bitters and the growing body of research surrounding their unique plant compounds. Food history offers valuable clues about how people nourished themselves long before modern nutrition existed. Researchers continue asking important questions about how traditional foods fit into modern health discussions. Many people find inspiration by combining traditional food knowledge with evidence-based modern habits. One lesson repeated throughout history is the value of dietary variety and whole food nutrition. Even today, nature continues revealing new discoveries that challenge what we think we know about food.
The key takeaway is simple. Understanding food often means looking both backward and forward at the same time.
Which biblical bitter surprised you most? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey through biblical foods, subscribe for more evidence-informed insights into history, nutrition, and natural wellness.